Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the channel, where today I decided to hit up my local Papa John's to take a look at their latest promo, which looks perfectly timed for the start of football season. And since you clearly know the title to this review, guys, let's just get into it. Feast your eyes on what I've got here. Here we go with the football pizza. A very familiar looking side here, considering it's basically a pepperoni pizza, but guys, it still looks pretty tasty. Let's break this one on down real fast. Alright, so what we've got here is an uncut thin crust pizza topped off with extra pepperoni and plenty of melted cheese. And the cool thing about this one, aside from the obvious shape, is right down the middle you've got some classic pigskin stitching in the form of melted cheese, and the laces look really cool. I have to admit, I'm totally digging that. Again, no shortage of the pepperoni, and the cheese is looking very plentiful on this one. I gotta say, it looks and smells pretty fantastic for what it is. For a little extra garnishment with this one, we've got the trademark pepper, the peppercini action over here from Papa John's, along with a packet of their special seasoning, which I'm very curious to try. I've never actually had that here. But guys, again, coming back to the shape of this one, it's a very classic shape. Naturally, it looks like a big egg, but in this case, obviously it's a football. But it's covered with all the good stuff that you'd expect from something like this. And again, the laces look really cool right there in the middle with that extra cheese. Pretty nice. So there you go, it's the very simply named football pizza from Papa John's. Let's peep out this flavor. Yeah, I know it's just a thin crust pepperoni pizza, but I'm a sucker for these novelty items, guys, and this looks really, really cool, especially with those laces right there in the middle. Again, I'm totally digging that. It kind of looks like the stuffed crust type of cheese that they use for this, but they have it melted down the middle, which is kind of nice. So, because this is uncut, I actually came prepared with a pizza cutter here. Let me actually cut a piece off for myself. But I'm totally digging what this is, and obviously it fits with the theme of football, naturally, for what this is too. So very, very cool with that. All right, so there you go. Thin crust action, pepperoni, and that's definitely thin crust, guys. Take a look at that. Very nice. It's toasted very nicely. This is baked fresh right now. It's very hot in my hands, but plenty of pepperoni, plenty of cheese, a little bit of the extra cheese right there from the stitching right there as well. Let's give this a shot, guys. Really quickly, the football pizza from Papa John's. Let's peep this out. Oh, that pocket of cheese from the lace right there in the middle, very lovely. But it's like you'd expect. You know, I'll probably just pepper a few shots of this pizza overhead for B-roll throughout the review so you guys have something to look at while I'm kind of talking the very basics with this one, because guys, it's really just a basic pepperoni thin crust pizza, but still very tasty for what it is, and with plenty of cheese on here. And again, that pocket of the cheesy goodness from the stitches that I got right there in the middle for that first bite was a lovely situation. So depending upon how you cut these, that's going to be the most sought after section. It's right in the middle, I think. But I'm totally digging the quality of this one because it's made fresh, very crispy right from the oven. Let's keep going in. And I gotta say, this is kind of a fun way to close out August. It's kind of like an in-between review with the regular content that I'm currently working on right now. So this was something that kind of cool to take a break from and to give a go on. And actually, speaking of giving a go on, let's try it with the special seasonings here. I'm very curious about this. No garlic dipping sauce to go with this one. So we just gotta make do with what we have. I pretty much got this as is. So let me lift this up again. And we'll do a little sprinkle here. See if I can try and do this very carefully. Okay, there we go. I'm dropping it all over the place, but it's all good. Hopefully that stayed in focus. If it didn't, there you go. There we go. I think we got more of the focus. My focus needs focus. Here we go. Let's give this a shot with the special seasoning from Papa John's. Let's do it. Spices and garlic. That's good. That's really good, actually. Let's go for a little bit more on this, guys. Keep that focus in there. Garlic and spiciness to go with this. It's very nice. More garlicky than anything else, but it goes very nicely with the pepperoni. Wow. That is really good. And because I have this last little piece here right now, let's go for a little bit more. Keep that focus slightly. Let's knock it out. All right, and just to go for one more final shot, let me cut off another piece here really quickly. And I'll give you a look at what that is actually before we wrap this one up. But I gotta say, guys, very, very tasty here. Very tasty for what this is. All right, and there we go. And as you're gonna see right there at the very tip of this one is the sought after prize for this pizza by far. The stitches right there in the middle, guys. It's a thicker cheese. It bubbles up beautifully. And I gotta say, it's a nice little surprise when you get there. Depending upon how you cut this is gonna be the most sought after portion of the pizza. But again, you have a nice crispy action in terms of what you've got here. A very decent crust. And I have to say, plenty of pepperoni with some nice flavor along with the special seasonings. Pretty nice on this one, guys. Pretty nice indeed.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
All right, so as for a rating for this football pizza over here at Papa John's, I'm going to pretty much base it on the concept because, like I said, that's really just a standard thin crust pepperoni pizza, which is still pretty tasty, but the way it's designed is actually very fun. So in that regard, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, guys. It's tasty, it looks like the part, and again, the special pigskin stitching that you're getting right there in the middle, the thicker cheese is a beautiful situation. So depending upon how you cut that, that's really going to be the nice accent to the thin crust because then you have thicker cheese to go with it. And then naturally, it's just a banging situation overall. Considering it's a novelty item, I have to say it's right up there with the Jack-O-Lantern pizza, which I reviewed not that long ago actually. But guys, a very nice add-on, and I gotta say for a football party type situation, that's kind of a cool thing to have on the table just to kind of set the tone because guys, look at what it looks like. Pretty cool. Alright, so do me a quick favor, drop some comments down below, let me know what you thought of this particular one, and actually, given the size of what it is, it's just a little bit bigger than a medium as far as I'm concerned there. It's not quite a large, not quite a medium really, but for $10.99, I think it may be just a little bit up there in price point. But do you think it's worth it even still because of how it looks? Drop those comments down below, and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high-quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Yep, not too bad on this one, Papa John's, but now I'm already looking forward to that Jack-O-Lantern pizza. We're not too far off from that. Halloween's right around the corner. Alright guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for checking out another one of my reviews. But just in case you didn't see the one before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's gonna recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.